Yeah, state your name and address too. All right, public comments, anyone? John, you raised your hand first.
I'm gonna ask a series of questions regarding the planning commission's New York upcoming decision on vote for granting variance for fence height for our neighbor's property, Tim Barber Barons. I just want the town to be aware of how variances are granted and all the parameters of it. If they want to review state of Wisconsin versus Zig Bowler, it's Zierbogel. This is from 2004, so it's a relatively current case, and you can find out if you read through that exactly how it's established to get yourself a variance. I'm going to briefly read the Town of East Troy. This is what's on the website here as far as fence ordinances goes, and it says any fence in a residential district at the lot line shall not exceed 6 feet in height. The 6-foot fence shall be allowed up to the side and rear lot line, but not on the property line. Any fence in the front shall not exceed 4 feet in height and shall be at least 2 feet off anybody right away. Fence support system shall be positioned towards the fence property. Decorative side of fence must be facing the neighbor's property. Okay, I'm gonna read quickly. The county's says residential fences are permitted on the property line, but shall not exceed a height of 6 feet on the side and rear yards. So that's off the county's website. You can get right on there, you can see exactly what they say. So I have a picture here that I'm just gonna walk around and show the board members real quick. And this is an actual picture of the fence. And when I had this picture taken, it was a few days ago, and I know exactly where the lot line is because I have the survey here that we had done last year. It was done by Mark Mertz from Cattle Marine Surveying, and he told me when he was marking my containers on the property that the fence is sitting right on the lot line, and he said portions of the 4x4 posts are over, and the concrete footings, if there are any, he said, are over. Well, with this picture, you can clearly see that the footings are unearthed. I have a tape measure there, I have a little laser pointer showing where the concrete is, and it's like 5 or 6 inches over. So, just kind of showing that to everybody on the board. All right, I also have a question regarding at last month's meeting, I asked for 5 questions to be answered by the board, and they were not answered. It was on March 14th, and I gave you guys a copy of it, and to date, I have not received answers on them, and they were in reference to this article that was in the newspaper a couple weeks ago about the emails that were being sent out to Michael Cotter at the county by Mr. Kesselheim and Joe Klarkowski. And in doing so, the things that were said here were a little incendiary, kind of not proper, but I just want my questions that I supplied to you, and if you need more, I'll give you more.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. And in regards to that, Jim Mills, our attorney, was also copied.
I did.
Okay, okay, public comments, come on up. Rob, right?
Right, Shorewood Drive, W84. I wanted to comment on agenda item 9B. This past fall, the homeowners of Shorewood Drive were notified by the town that they would discontinue plowing services for our road unless repairs were made. I went and got bids at that point for the road and provided an updated bid on March 31st at the request of a board member. Last time our road was done, the cost was paid by the homeowners on Shorewood Drive, and it was added on through the tax rolls by the town. 3 months ago, I came to you and asked if this could be done again. You had authorized Attorney Mills to research this at the February town board meeting. At the March meeting, you reported that this in fact can be done. I followed up after that meeting with an email on March 22nd to each of you, asking if you had any questions. There was a stipulation that the assessment could not exceed 3 mills, which would be $600 per year on an assessed value of $200,000. The current bid that I provided to you came in at $83,359.68. That equates to a yearly payment of $18,422.34 at a rate of 4% on a 5-year note. Divide that by 57 and you get $323.20 per home per year, well under the 3 mil rate that's required. We understand that we would also be responsible for any town administrative costs, So in the end, it would end up costing the town nothing. I currently have written support of 43 out of 57 homes. No one has said no, and I have not followed up on the other 14 homes. Your support for this motion is not only about the road being plowed, but also assurance of emergency access for fire and police for 57 homes during the winter months. I have several people here in support of this on Shorewood. If they could just stand and be recognized who's here from Shorewood Drive. Thank you.
All right.
And because it's on the agenda, we can.
Yeah,
Walk or
that's-
comment, right?
Yeah, we'll be acting that later, but if you wanted to comment now, that included.
Do you have any questions at all?
No, I think that's very helpful, I guess, yeah, when this, assuming if Jim found it okay to do.
Okay.
Yeah, or, but then I, like it says here, draft a resolution if needed, so I'm guessing.
That's what we're asking for.
I'd like to thank all those people from Shorewood Drive for coming out and attending tonight, thank you.
Well, Joe, you did receive a statement too on all that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think you just walked it around.
But Joe was on
Yeah,
it.
what- So, yeah, I was,
We're gonna have a discussion on this when it comes up.
well, this is a public comment. In addition to the folks that came back here, I had, Carol Haynes and Tom, they sent a, email, just said, Tom and I will be unable to attend the board meeting on 4/11/22 in regards to the Shorewood Drive Road project. We would like to offer our support for the motion of the town of East Troy to be able to collect these through the tax roll, best regards. So, as another person, so.
Is it possible to send that information before
What's the information?
All
Yeah.
the numbers.
All the numbers, you
Anything
can
to
email that to us, so you can put it.
I've got them right here.
Just a copy?
Yeah, can I have it?
Absolutely.
Thanks for your due diligence and research, Bob.
Yeah, he's been a
Thanks
little.
for spearheading this effort done for,
You want to take those and pass those around? It's got all the property numbers.
I want it.
Yes.
She needs to put it right.
I want it because I'm not gonna get
That's.
do you have the total, the bid amount and,
Yeah, the bid was emailed to you guys, and I've got an updated bid.
oh, we didn't.
I didn't get it. Yeah, I didn't get anything.
There's a updated bid.
I didn't get anything.
You didn't get anything, everyone on the board did up.
I didn't know.
Well, then they put it in.
Come on.
All right, public comments. Who's next? And again, there's 2 periods. You don't have to wait for the second one. You can do it now, or, you don't have to repeat anything if you don't want. Or play like that, too. By the way, happy birthday, Clay. Clay's, our past chairman and supervisor, and glad to see you.
I want to report back to everybody, and I want to make sure I'm heard. My name is Clinton Montez, North 8720, Rumors Point Lane, East Troy. I just want to speak to 9C, the garage discussion, and 10C, the police committee to investigate joint department with the village. As far as the garage, we discussed it for several years and put it on hold because we were thinking about consolidating all the work that needed to be done here under one roof, so to speak, and that didn't work. And the chief's gonna talk to the rest of on that because I'm not gonna waste too much time on this topic. But I would like to address the idea of the police joint consolidation or joint department. There is no joint department. That's a fallacy. By state law, it has to be under one authority. So in this case, it would be the village of East Troy having sole control of the police department. I did investigate it in 1998. There were 7 consolidations throughout the state happening. There were unique circumstances. The biggest one was Gilcana, Little Chute, Appleton, Kimberly, there was a 5th one. The towns were so separated and spread by geography, annexations, it was impossible for the towns to do the coverage that they needed. So, they all merged, but Kokana ended up being the main police department. And there is no economy of scale there. Police departments, naturally, because of the larger territory, got more administrators, more personnel, more cars. So it grew exponentially, and of course, everybody paid more in taxes to cover that. What we're looking at here is with the village taking control, is that they will run the department, they will hire their administrators, they're gonna need more administrators because the department's bigger. They'll hire their own personnel. The last time I had a talk with Chief Alan Boyce when he was here, and he said, we can make it very simple, just fire your police department, we'll hire who we need. And that's basically the way it's gonna be, is that they're gonna run the police department, and they'll build a town, and we'll pay for it. So we have no say in who gets hired, who patrols where, how much we're gonna be charged for running the department. And basically, we're running our department far more efficiently than the village is running. Well, I shouldn't say efficiently, they have different areas to patrol, they have different things that they need to do. But I think the chief can tell you, we run our department with one less man and probably $150,000 cheaper. I don't see that economy of scale happening if we let our department go and let the village take over. So, I think I'm pretty much, all right, thank you for listening.
We can talk about it later, but yeah, I think that was an example of 9 or 10 different ways to consider the services being provided, not just one and only way.
All right, anybody else, public comments? Later.
Good evening, Daniel Heidelmeyer, West 720 Honey Creek Road, Burlington, Wisconsin, Town of Detroit, County of Walworth. I'm gonna speak on 10C also. Some of you know me as officer, judge, or cook, 18 years of law enforcement service, and currently in my 13th year on the bench as municipal judge in the Town of East Troy. Tonight, the topic of combining police departments with the Village of East Troy is on the agenda under 10C. Some of you may know that this is not a new idea, as Clayton has indicated before. It's been a topic of many occasions, I believe as most recently as 2015. I don't know exactly if the village has come to the town or if the town has come to the village on this one. In my years of law enforcement with the town, it came up about consolidation a few times. Village of East Troy was the municipality that would bring it up most often. Municipalities would have meetings, discussions, and consult with outside agencies. It went as far as on one occasion, as Clayton has referred to, the Fox Valley Metro actually came down. Those of Little Chute, Kimberly, were involved in that discussion also. Presentation and had discussion with the village and the town about consolidating at that time. And it didn't happen. I guess my two biggest things about consolidation is a town taxpayer, is if it's a cost savings to the town of East Troy. I would ask the board to think about that. I think currently the Village of East Troy's budget for police is more than the town's budget. So that could lead to an increase if we're absorbing their budget into the town's budget. Improved protection. Town of East Troy already currently has a good working police department that services our citizens of the town. I can see if it was under just different circumstances, if we didn't have a police department and we were looking to contract to get police services, but we currently have a good working police department. And with, obviously with the village, with the businesses, high density living areas, schools, etc., that could lead to less patrol and coverage for the residents of the town of East Troy if there was consolidation. You don't want your policing to be reactive, you want your balance of policing to be proactive to meet the needs of your community and your citizens. So I would ask that the board take those into consideration. Thank you.
Thank you. Other comments? Anybody else in this turn? You good? Last call? Okay. All right, we'll move on.